A nice Mojang bug for the holidays. Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. My name is Jax, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you a bug that was introduced in Bedrock version 1.8, the latest update. I'm sure they'll go ahead and try to patch this soon, so if this is something where you're at in survival gameplay, or if you're going to try it out, now would be the time to do it. Maybe we'll get through the holidays before they get it patched, but I'm sure they'll want to patch it as soon as possible. I'm on Windows 10 right now, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to survival so we'll go ahead and stay in creative because I want to show you how this works. We have a sunflower over here, and the sunflowers always point toward the east. So in this setup, this is directional, so you need to make sure you set it up like this. This is going to be like our weather cage over here to build the trap to weather. So it'll be on the west. The placement where you're going to actually place the blocks to spawn the weather will be on the west side of the weather cage. So just make sure you have that set up, because that's one thing to build a trap to weather that needs to be done. Okay, you can also create a obsidian box and to be able to get in and out of it. That's up to you. But if you do the box, make sure it's the dimensions inside need to be 5 by 5 open, 5 by 5 by 5. So it's basically a five-dimensional cube, and then place 2 blocks of obsidian on the outside, so you'll end up with a outside dimensions of a 7 by 7 by 7 cube, and then you need to have a doorway to get inside to actually place the blocks to be able to spawn it. It gets a little more complicated because you got to figure out a way to kill the wither, and I think this method's a little bit easier. It's definitely easier to contain the wither, and I think in the box, but I haven't had any problems with this setup here so far. So, seeing that it's easier in the cube, it can go either way, I guess. So, basically what we want to do, like I said, this is directional, so make sure you have your directional set up. The spawning area is on the west side of your weather cage. Again, I just want to reiterate that because it's very important. Okay, to lay this out, I want to show you over here in some color concrete, so it's a little easier to visualize when you're building rather than looking at obsidian. You do need to build this all in obsidian, because that's the thing about this glitch right now. Normally, the trap of the wither, you need to do it in bedrock. So then it would require some removing some bedrock and finding that special place, or getting an end portal in the end dimension and getting that set up to do it that way. Right now, at this time, you can just use obsidian. So to get back over here to show you what the dimensions are and how to set it up, this 3 red concrete blocks here are going to be where you set up your soul sand. So this is where you're going to spawn it. And then you would put your wither skulls on the front. I'm not going to spawn it right here because it just would destroy everything and it defeats the purpose. But anyway, then you're going to need 3 spaces. So I have 3 blocks here. And all this you want to go ahead and create out of obsidian. I'm using concrete here just for a visual presentation, but when you do create it, make sure you create it out of obsidian. And then you're going to come to a 3 by 3 block with the center out of it. So another 3 by 3 platform with the center out of it. And then above that, you're going to have like a plus symbol. And the center of this is just going to be right above the center hole there. So it's easy to see. And then you have a space in between those, and then a space in between the bottom platform, which is just a plus sign also. So it's not really too hard, guys. It's a plus, a 3 by 3 with a hole in the center, and another plus, and they're stacked right on top of one another. Okay, 3 blocks in between, and then we're just creating our spawn platform. And what happens, to show you the mechanics of how this spawning works, basically the wither will spawn and it gets shot into this cage over here. And when it shoots, no matter which way you built this, like if you built this on the east side of this cage, well, it wouldn't work because the wither's just going to keep going east. And so you would just miss that setup. So make sure you build it this way. Again, You know, you can figure out by the coordinates which way is east and west, or you can use a simple visual aid right here by looking at a sunflower. The sunflowers always point east. We'll give a shout out to MC Hardcore and Psychotic Sage. These guys on Discord help verify that the glitch actually works with Obsidian and you don't have to have the bedrock. So to get on with the tutorial and show you how it works, we're going to go ahead and switch over to survival mode. The mechanics sometimes it will be changed a little bit if you try to do this in creative. It may not work right. So, you know, once you get it built, you know, go ahead and test in creative. There's nothing wrong with that. But turn it to survival when you get ready to spawn the wither. So we're going to go here, and I've created this little water channel for me to jump down into. And because there's a couple of reasons. One is it will soften the impact when he explodes. And then we can see over here. You see we only took like half a heart damage there. Now we can start killing him. There will be another explosion when he gets down to half health. So we're just going to keep smacking him. You can see he's trapped in this cage. There are some methods where the wither gets trapped and he does suffocation damage himself, and this one doesn't seem to happen that way. But the other thing, I am in hard mode, and so he can spawn wither skeletons and shoot out wither skulls, blue wither skulls. Okay, like that. We need to get right back down into the water. We're down to half health now. You see now he spawned in some wither skeletons. And we're just going to keep taking him down. And you see there was another star there to start out with. I'd already went through and made sure everything worked right before I started the tutorial. And then you're going to have a final explosion at the end when you finish killing him. You see I've already regenerated. And you won't have a beacon to get regeneration or anything when you do this glitch. So keep that in mind. You know, if you have a gapple or something like that, go ahead and bring with you. But just because I'm standing down in the water, that stopped me from dying. Okay, I can jump up here and get the nether star if I need to. And just to show you kind of my setup, I have it where I can get back up here and switch this back over into creative, which I have the button here for that. Okay, guys, this is Jax. If you find this helpful, go ahead and subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. You can also find me on Twitter. Again, this is not my original design. I don't remember the guys, or I'm not really sure if I know the exact person who came up with this wither cage design. It's unique. If anybody wants to leave a comment and say who it was, who the original creator that is, that'd be great. I'll go ahead and give them props down in the description also. But the guys that brought the information over to me about Obsidian not being able to be broken by the wither were MC Hardcore and Psychotic Sage on Discord. Guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Have fun.